Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel for another interesting review. Thanks for watching. This time with another Spezialbier from Oberfranken. This one is from Brauerei Aichinger, Drei, Kronen, located in Heiligenstadt. And I have some information about this one from the Beer Wanderers website. Heiligenstadt is a cute little Franconian village in the heart of the Fränkische Schweiz, which serves as a good base for visiting surrounding villages and their wonderful brewers. Drei, Kronen, Brauerei Aichinger, Marktplatz 5. Annual output 700 hectoliters, so very small. I tend to say that below 1000 hectoliters per year is, even according to Franconian standards, very small. The record this far is I believe Gasthof Endreshofen, which is having 200 hectoliters among the ones that I've been reviewing this far on the channel. Founded 1888, this simple brew pub has been in the same family since its inception, and their Spezialbier is worth a stop in just for itself. The interior is classic Franconia, so don't expect any frills, but it doesn't seem to deter diners who come to enjoy tasty local dishes at very reasonable prices. We unfortunately didn't have time for a meal, though everything we saw looked quite good. It was Good Friday, but we were serving meat somewhat we hadn't seen in any other towns nearby. I did have time for one of their excellent brews. It was a nice sight to behold, with ample rocky head. It was dry and toppy, and it was tough to not have another, but we had a 10-kilometer hike ahead of us before lunch at the next brewery, so the next Spezialbier will have to wait a while. While researching my book Beer Hiking Bavaria, I wanted to include all the brewers of the Tumler Brauerei Wanderweg, so I was happy to get room in Heiligenstadt, though unfortunately not right in the brewery. No worries, it was right across the main square. After hiking in from the Brunn, I was hungry and ready for for my first Spezialbier in some time. The fried pork chop might not have been the hardest choice, but it was real tasty, and they're obviously homemade Bratkartoffeln. After doing the second hike of the day, a fairly long one for the book, I was more ready for dinner. I love the Bratkartoffeln I had for lunch so much. I was happy to see them featured again that night. This time they served it with 3 nicely fried eggs, along with a few Spezialbiers. I had the collaboration beer Kreisler. I'd already had it once of another brewer's a few days earlier. Service was pretty good that night, as there was actually another person working. I soon realized that during the day that the brewer was not only pouring and serving the beer and food, but quite possibly making the food too. And about this beer, the Aichinger Spezialbier, it's possible to read the following. Brewery Aichinger, town Heiligenstadt, style export, color bright golden, head white rocky, nose slightly hoppy, body medium bodied, low carbonation, palate quite hoppy and dry, finish long, dry and bitter, served on tap at the brewery. Impression: this was a stumble across the brewery, due it having the same name as I was looking for, but was not so far nearby. The place I wanted to go to didn't have a hot meals, and this one did, so one out for lunch business. That original brew pub did have a great beer, but this place surprisingly was just as good, especially its gorgeous bock. It was quite soft in the mouth with a nice floral nose. It was quite dry for the strength, and long floral bitter sweet was enticing. So this beer style Spezialbier is very, very interesting. I've heard many good things about this specific one, the Brauerei Aichinger Spezialbier Drei Kronen. So it comes in this Euro bottle shape, as it's called, and it all in all gives a really small and nice impression. So I'm very interested to try this one. Always right time for Oberfränkisches Spezial, and there is not that many brewers that is having a beer called the Spezial, but all of the ones that is having it, it seems like it's like their most sold beer. It's the case in this case, and it's the case with, I think, the other breweries as well. I can mention Ulrik Martin, Dorn, Simon, and Fischer Wieset, and I'm gonna review Fischer Wieset Spezial in the future. I'm gonna review Ulrik Martin Spezial, and of course I'm gonna review Simon Spezial also. I do have Dorn Hell, so I'm gonna review that one instead. But this one, the label really giving a nice impression. Brauerei Aichinger Spezialbier, Drei Kronen, Bier aus der fränkischen Schweiz. Gebraut nach dem bayerischen Reinheitsgebot von 1516, macht Platz 5, Alkohol Content 5.5. Zutaten Wasser, Malz, Hopfen, Greifenstein. What you see right here. So, it can be real interesting to try it. The Drei Kronen, and I want to mention also that there is 3 different breweries in Franconia with the name Drei Kronen. It's Aichinger, which is this one. It's Scheslitz, which I'm gonna review in the future also as well, and it's the one that I reviewed recently in Memmelsdorf, Drei Kronen Memmelsdorf. Before I'm gonna go over to the tasting part, I'm gonna read through the information that I have in my books about breweries in Franconia. You see Aichinger right here, and the information is founded 1870. Roland Aichinger is the owner. Annual output 400 hectoliters. Spezialbier, karamellisch, würzig, einfach, richtig gut. Das sind die Worte, die den Testern beim Probieren des hiesigen Spezialbiers einfielen. Die Konzentration auf dieses eine Bier mag vielleicht etwas minimalistisch erschienen, für uns ist es aber genau richtig. Schließlich ist es doch besser, einen Volltreffer zu landen, als 10 Mann daneben zu schießen. Seit dem 2013 Junior Roland übernommen hat, gibt es jetzt noch ein unfiltriertes Zwickel und im Winter ein kräftiges Bockbier für das Aichingers, die 20-jährige Anstichpause überwunden und wieder ein großes Fest veranstaltet haben. Zu Gast geführt den ganzen Ort. Seitdem gibt es einen neuen Fixtermin in der fränkischen Schweiz, den Bierliebhaber nicht verpassen sollten. Im Angesicht von Schloss Greifenstein, so sitzen die Gäste im Gasthaus Drei Kronen Aichinger. Schließlich prangt das Schloss auf allen Bieretiketten, doch der Blick wird allen schnell abgelenkt, wenn das gute Bier und das nicht minder gute Essen auf dem Tisch stehen. Neben dem bereits erwähnten Bockbieranstich im Herbst haben die Aichingers auch die Sommerkirschweih für sich reaktiviert. Bei der Ende Juni für 3 Tage Ausnahmezustand in dem kleinen Örtchen angesagt ist. Flotteband und gutes Bier, das sieht natürlich auch ein im Herzen der fränkischen Schweiz. Mitunter tauchen hier Ausstammewaden auf, allerdings von jungen Damen. Die Gegend ist Hochlob und Familienfußballs. Die Mädels stehen im Männer allerdings nicht nach, vor allem nichts beim Feiern mit gutem Bier. Gasthof Drei Kronen Aichinger, Biersorten Spezialbier und Zwickel. That is 2 very nice beer sorts, and of course der Klassiker is Spezialbier. That's why I'm having it here on the channel to review it. As I was saying before, I think it's a very fair set to have the most sold beer style from each brewery to review here on the channel, since I go for only one from each brewery because there's so many breweries in Franconia. So, well, let's look at the label of Brauerei Aichinger Spezialbier. So, let's open this one up, shall we? Very, very interesting moment is something that I've been looking forward to a lot, because I've heard so many good things about the Spezialbier from Brauerei Aichinger, Drei, Kronen in Heiligenstadt. What I've heard is that it's really, really fantastic, and high expectations of it, of course. Always right time for a Franconian Spezialbier, and this one doesn't disappoint at all with the look of it, of course. Fantastic, thick, white, 3-finger, maybe 4-finger, white, thick foam crown, as you can see. Very, very golden in color of it. The information at the Beer Wanderers website was that the style is an export. I wouldn't say so actually, because an export is more like a pale lager Hellas, but stronger compared to Hellas. I think a Spezial is a little bit different comparing to Hellas, or of course, comparing to an export, because a Spezial is so special. That's probably where the names comes from. It's not that often that you see a beer of the style Spezial, and of course I forgot to mention Spezialbier and Heiligenstadt as two breweries that is having this beer style. I've been reviewing both before on the channel, so feel free to check out those ones as well. Let's get the aroma to begin with. That is very, very fantastic. How to describe it? It's probably something in between a Spezialbier and an export. Very, very fresh maltiness. This is something very, very special. Yeah, this is the typical Spezial. It's extremely nice, and it's balanced and just perfect. So this one is something that you need to check out and get in every way. It's real fantastic. The Brauerei Aichinger Spezialbier. I can take a look and judge for yourselves that isn't this looking perfect? A perfect Franconian Spezialbier, not Spezialbier but a Spezialbier, of course. It's looking so dark, golden in its color. Just fantastic. Let's give it a try. Aichinger Spezial. Prost. Yeah. It's you know what I'm going to say. It's fantastic. It's having a very, very nice and pleasant taste of it. It reminds me a little bit of the other two Spezials that I've been having before my channel. That is Spezialbier and Heiligenstadt, but this one tends to be a little bit stronger in its taste. Still, it's of course a fantastic one, and I understand why it's so loved by many in Heiligenstadt. I understand why people come from far away to get this one. It's simply amazing in its taste, and as I said, you really need to check it out because it's amazing in its rich, vollmundig and unverfälscht taste. Really, really nice in every way. You see still thick, white foam crown, which is so important to keep all the way through because it keeps the right taste in the glass. I always remind of that. Start to drink while it's a big foam head and keep the foam head all the way down. Very important in my opinion. Also, of course, I want to say about this small Franconian brewers like this one, Aichinger. It's I really encourage you to help them to survive with giving them attention. That's what I want to do with my channel, so they can survive this crisis. This is a very small brewery, this one, and they really need support and attention to survive. This one doesn't even have a website because they are so small, but still they do so fantastic beers. That's often the case, that the best brewers is not having a website because they focus on the right thing, doing the old way, a good beer, and often it's an old person who is having the brewer. So this one is simply fantastic. I should say, according to the book, this brewery, Drei, Kronen, Aichinger, also is having a Zwickel, and as you know, I really love Zwickel, probably my favorite beer style at the moment. So I would really like to try that one as well, also in the future, if that opportunity appears. But this for the Spezialbier is fantastic and really a big recommendation for me. So that's it for now. That's the Brauerei Aichinger Drei Kronen Spezial in Heiligenstadt, Oberfranken. So, as I used to say, hope you like my reviews and continue to follow my channel for more interesting Franconian beer reviews. And see you again in the next Franconian beer review.